Do I have an idea that is not possible yet? I don't think that is the question. The question is how stubborn you are and how long you're willing to wait. In 2004, I was teaching at the Art Institute of Chicago when I received the terrible news of the death of my brother Haji, who was killed in Iraq by a drone attack in our hometown of Kufa. For 3 years, I didn't know what to do with that. The inspiration came in January of 2007 when I saw an interview with an American soldier in Colorado who is directed a drone plane dropping bombs in Iraq. I know the project I wanted. I wanted to turn a paintball gun into a robotic gun controlled by people on the internet, and I wanted to confine myself into the gallery space for 1 month and allow people to shoot me. 70,000 times I was shot at. Day 20, wake up not feeling good, very, very heavy pain on my chest, and it used to be in a small area, now it's expanding to the point I cannot breathe. It felt like being in a war zone, and that was the objective, is to allow people to witness, to bring it closer, and bring people to converse with each other. One of the best things happened there is to open up a chat room and let people speak to each other. More than 3,000 pages, 80 million hits on the website with 1 month, and 128 countries. Saddam Hussein to Iraqis, it depends who you ask. Sometimes he's a hero. Sometimes he's a villain, a dictator who put himself above others and who cannibalized an entire culture. When Saddam was alive, his party, the Ba'ath Party, thought of this amazing idea to build a giant sculpture of him, very much this shape, and geosynchronize it above Baghdad. It's a reminder of the dictator I watching you. I don't know where to start about how crazy that idea was. And I thought, if I could look at that idea through comedy and then shrink it, and then I put him into the space and let him take selfie and send it to us. So I decided to mount a replica of the giant one, but it's about a few inches. I am actualizing the idea. I'm honoring the wish. Apparently, if you put it in the upper orbit, it stays forever and it created more space junk. But if you put it in the lower orbit, it has lifespan of around less than 2 years, and then the gravity pull it, and then it disintegrates into ashes in the atmosphere. And I thought, that is beautiful, poetic ending to an era that we do not want to see again. Wheat is just symbolic because it's the birth of civilization. The event that inspired In a Grain of Wheat is ISIS invasion of Iraq and the capture of Mosul. They went on to destroy the cultural artifact of Iraq, including the lamassus of Nineveh. A lamassu is a mythical, a human animal, and it was the protector of the gate of Nineveh.
Even though the head is in the round, it's almost as though the sculptor is thinking of it as two images, as a profile marching and a frontal image standing. It's a very fine line in this ancient setting between the image of a thing and the thing itself.
I was extremely sad when I learned ISIS destroyed the lamassu because it represents Iraq and its history. At the Met, we generate a 3D scan of the lamassu. We had to convert the 3D scan into a printable 3D file.
Basically, from here, you have a bunch of points that are captured, and then you generate a mesh based off of the points and their location in space.
The challenge in this project was, how do we save our antiquities, make them invisible to the enemy, yet accessible to us and to the generation follow? And the answer was to embed the code of the lamassu scan in the DNA of the wheat plant. We had to invent new things, not invented. Compress the file, then you attach that file into E. coli, and then embed it in the DNA of a wheat grain. This is all done in the lab. At the gallery, you are going to see a 7-foot lamassu, a physical representation of the Iraqi resilience to the cultural destruction. But also, you are going to see a lamassu represented in every grain of wheat at the hoof of the lamassu.